The night of the Thomas fire, the speed at which that fire traveled, it humbles you. And looked back over the house and could see all the hills were on fire, and we needed to evacuate and fast. And I felt such a calmness. I was so struck at how I could feel so calm in the face of what I was looking at. As we headed out and down the street, we could see the magnitude of this. But in fact, I did feel calm. I felt clear, and there was a peace about that, and an ability to accept something which I might not otherwise have been able to accept. The next day, when we returned, my son-in-law walked up the hill here, and they were the first to discover that the house was still standing. They couldn't believe it themselves, since they walked down the street, which was thick with smoke, and they could hardly tell my house was still standing until they got to it. The fire came right up, and then actually it burned right on the side of the house here. But it was spared, and this is something that I will take with me forever, is the fact that don't ever doubt what the universe can do in spirit, and an ability to accept something which I might not otherwise have been able to accept. The startling thing was to find that most all the houses on my street had burned down. A few days later, we spoke with firemen who they themselves hastened to tell us that even they could not believe the house was still standing, and knew that God was present, that it was okay, and it was going to be okay. This is a miracle that we're looking at. For this, I am eternally grateful that the ego, which often makes us feel separate from our source, and when you feel separate, you usually feel fear. And so I had no fear, and no sense of separateness, and no sense of this is good or this is bad, and poor pity me. I was at one with our Creator, and feel so blessed to have had that experience.